What's up, everyone? My name is Kendall Key, and I am the creator of recoveringmeth.com. All right, so a couple things that I want to discuss. Wow, where to begin? The past couple of days have been like I really don't know how to begin. But first off, let me start out by saying that I myself am doing great as far as where my mindset is and where I'm at on my recovery journey. I feel strong, I feel comfortable, and I feel determined, if anything, more than ever. So, with that being said, I got fired from my job on Monday. And no, it's not because of anything I did or anything like that. I voiced my opinion about it. I shared it, with social media and everything. And I feel like that was enough said with that. Like, that issue, took me by surprise and side blinded me. But, being a recovering addict and being where I'm at on my recovery, transitioning out of residential treatment, and I'm encountering real life problems and real life struggles, as to where when I was in treatment, I was very sheltered. Like, I was sheltered from so many situations to help me stay on the right path. But now that I'm out of that shelter, I had to know how to deal with real life situations. And what had happened in my life was I got terminated, which means, obviously there goes my income. And I just got my new apartment. So, that it's just like, wow. And I was just dumbfounded by the whole thing. And respectably, I waited, I gathered my thoughts. And again, the tools that I've accumulated throughout my recovery journey, to be able to process, analyze, and find a solution rather than just sit in the problem, I realized, I'm going to be okay. I know I'm going to be okay. And I'm not going to lie, being a recovering addict, I'm only at 10 months in my recovery and dealing with a situation where it's I'm going to be put out on the street again. I'm not going to have any money for my food. I'm not, so many thoughts are just bombarding my mind. And I was just wow, just blown back by this whole thing. And again, I just needed to breathe. This happened on Monday. And as much as I wanted to do a podcast episode and vent, I'm glad that I didn't. Just because, again, I needed to process. And in that time frame, the main struggle that I found myself was, what am I going to do? How am I going to solve this problem? And you would think that being a recovering meth addict, the old demons and old tendencies of how to, suppress or how to numb a problem in life, that came in second. I'm not gonna lie, I was fighting the temptation. I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and a neighbor of mine was walking through the complex and had some beer, and I'm like, wow, one of those actually sound really great right now. And where I live, I'm comfortable, but there's a park, and I know if I were to go over there, I would definitely find whatever it was that I am looking for within 5 minutes or 10. But again, I had to fight off that demon and fight off that old mindset, That's not me anymore. Like, that is in the past. That road, I already know where the heck that goes down, and that is nowhere where I want to be again and have to go through. And luckily I got so much support from social media, from friends, from people just sharing words of encouragement. Like, I cannot tell you how many times my phone rang, my messenger was ringing, messages were coming in, text messages, just checking to see if I was okay, and genuine people just reaching out and expressing how they felt. And the number one thing that I got was, do not relapse. And that did cross my mind, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to minimize it either, because I'm only 10 months in, but it wasn't as intense as I thought that it would be. But I'm not gonna lie, I did have to fight off that thought several times. And again, how I overcame them is actually thinking about every single one of those supporters. For everyone out there, at my last job, my purpose was to share hope and express hope to everyone. And it just so happens that I feel like I became an example to so many on this recovery journey. Like, my message was always, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that is truly what it is. If I can do it, any one of y'all, with whatever life struggles you're going through, can overcome it, can change your life for the better. And you know what? I am going to stick to that purpose. And I know that is the purpose that my higher power, God, has given me in life, to spread and share that inspiration, to be that beacon of hope to the people. And I feel strongly about that. And how y'all helped me was, I realized that if I were to go backwards, what kind of message would that be sending to each one of the people that have been following me along on this journey, that have been rooting for me, that have actually been inspired? That would definitely send the wrong message, because it's like, okay, here this guy is, he went through the residential treatment, and, he's at this, he transitioned out, but yet the first real life issue, he couldn't handle it and he relapsed. So you know what, there's no hope for any of us then. Like, no, that is not the message that I want to send. So I thank you. I thank you if you're listening. I thank you if you shared this podcast. I thank you if you hated on this podcast. Whatever it may be, I just want to say thank you, because you have taken the time, and you literally have no idea how much support and just inspiration that y'all feed to me. And that's really powerful right there, because I seriously do wish that I could express the magnitude of my gratitude for each one of y'all. And if I've inspired you in any way, I'm happy. But just know that y'all have inspired me more than y'all will ever know. And it is for that reason that I am holding tight onto my recovery. It is for that same reason that, I'm not going to let it go without a fight. In life, I know that situations happen, and luckily, through my higher power, I don't need to understand every situation of what, how, why, where, when. But all I need to do is trust and believe that my higher power, God, is going to get me through this. That He had His hand on this situation for a particular reason. And it is not my duty to understand what that reason is, but it is my duty to trust in Him. and know that He has a plan for me, whatever that may be. But obviously, it wasn't with sacred ground. And, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. It's a blessing in disguise. The first day, I didn't realize it. But the second day, again, I was processing, and yeah, I definitely did feel like, God, protected us, because I'm not the only one that got terminated from that company, but several of us. And I feel like God pushed us off to the side to protect us from whatever may happen to sacred ground. He didn't want any of us to be a part of it. And that is what I choose to believe. And that's all I need. All I need to do is put my faith in my higher power and just know that whatever situations arise in my life, I can't run from it. I can't self-medicate, because that's not going to do anything to resolve the issue. If there's one thing that I've found out and have figured out during my time in recovery so far, is that if there is a problem, you best come with a solution. And that is true in any situation that you may ever find yourself in. Because if you just come to the problem with no solution, guess what? You're going to be chilling with that problem for X amount of time, and that ain't doing anything to find a solution. So, right now, fortunately, along this recovery journey, I've met some great people, and again, they've reached out, and I do believe I might have a job offer. What's beautiful about this is it's kind of like a fresh slate. Like, I get to start clean again. Like, everything is just up in the air, So I'm happy about that. I got my rent paid for next month. So amen. I give all glory to God with making that possible, And there's plenty of situations, This kind of reminded me of when I got my defibrillator, when I had found out that I had congestive heart failure. I was so broken and so hopeless. Just, yeah. I don't need to say any more about that. But, the blessing behind that was I got clean. It gave me the motivation that I needed to get into treatment and to actually find myself and love myself. That, too, was a blessing in disguise. This, too, is a blessing in disguise. And last night, when I was chilling, I was perfectly fine. I'm in a right mindset. I'm good. I'm gravy again. But I didn't have any cigarettes. And me being a smoker, man, that was horrible. All day yesterday, I did not have a cigarette. I was like, man. But by sunset and just before I went to bed, I'm like, you know what? If not having a cigarette is my biggest problem today, well, I'm blessed. But yeah, so that's basically what's been happening these past couple of days. And, it just goes to show that our mindset is definitely something that is far beyond powerful. As long as we have that positive mindset, we can get ourselves through any type of situation. So remember that whatever situations life has given you or has put in your way, in your path, stay positive, because your mind will definitely get you through it. Stay positive. Surround yourself with people that are supportive, because they'll be the ones that are going to help you move on to the next level. I just want to say thank you all for joining me and for supporting me in so many ways. Again, my name is Kendall Key. I am the creator of recoveringmeth.com. Definitely check it out for the latest blog, and I'll be updating a blog post sometime soon, within the next couple of days, so definitely check it out. Like Recovering Meth on Facebook. God bless. Remember, God is amazing always.